Hello, people, and today I'm going to be talking about the one thing that significantly ruins old iOS devices. Also affects modern devices, but it's the old stuff. I mean, the new stuff is also equally bad, actually. I guess in a way it's worse. So, the thing, of course, I'm talking about, if you couldn't tell by the title and stuff, is activation lock or iCloud or unlock or find my device unlock. Now, what is the issue with that? Well, the answer is, I should probably explain the original purpose. So the purpose is, if maybe your device is lost, stolen, you know, you want to protect your data on it. That's fair enough. However, because it's Apple, it's not as simple as that. Because you're going to have problems. So, for activation lock to happen, you need a device with Find My Device on. Now, quite a lot of devices have that enabled. And the problem is, with all these devices, people forget their iCloud passwords, people forget stuff, and it happens. So let's say how it happens. So let's say you want to get rid of a device, you want to just sell it, So you put it on, you sell it wherever, eBay, CX, whatever. Now, of course, what you've got to do is wipe it, of course. Now, the thing is, with wiping it, you just go in settings, press reset, and maybe quite a few people just think that's it. No, you've got to make sure you've logged out, you've disabled Find My Device, Find My iPhone, Find My iPod, Find My iPad, whatever. That. So if you don't do that, what will happen is you'll end up on a screen where it says, this device is locked to email address, and then it'll give you fields to log in. So here's the problems. The email address is censored, so you're stuck on this setup screen, basically, and how are you supposed to contact a person? Email? Phone number? And guess what? You can't. 'Cause you can't find out what the address is because it's censored. I've seen people one person defend it because it's like, so you can't go attacking them with spamming them. I've never heard something so stupid as that. I'm calling that stupid because it makes no sense. Well, if you just want to kindly ask, hey, I found this device, it's got Find My activation lock. Do you want me to send it somewhere or pay for it, whatever? That's what I'd do. Because I have a thing called respect. Or would you just be like, oh, unlock my device, unlock my device? I think the majority of people will be like me. So, why is email censored? I don't know. Because they're idiots. Let's be real. So, there's no way to contact them. So, basically, create an absurd amount of e-waste. So, we've got all of these devices. Now, this was introduced on iOS 7. So, this goes all the way back to the iPhone 4. So, that's like over 12 years. So, another problem, apart from the emails not being there, is they don't expire. They're indefinite. They will be there forever. As soon as the device, until the device dies, it's activation locked. Unless you manage to magically get the login info. It's just ridiculous. So let's think of some solutions to activation lock. first off, when you press reset device, it should come up with a pop-up saying, and resetting this device will disable Find My, and yeah, all of that, and reset all of the data, and it should make the user log in, like put their password in, and then they reset it, and there's nothing to worry about. It's a foolproof way of doing it. There's no way for it to go wrong. And now, of course, the excuse is, oh, all devices using Find My are stolen. Balls! 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 How on earth do you have to be just this blind to these problems? I've seen people who are just absolutely blind, you know. They're probably like wearing this, you know. That. Like that. Pretend I can't see, I can actually see still. But imagine that and it's upside down. You get the point. They're that blind to the fact that maybe not all devices are activation locked because they're stolen. Did you know? Apple has this magic feature in their software that they call Find My that allows the device to be remotely reset and give the contact info. How on earth is it that hard to just do that and just that? I don't know, because I don't know. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. What is the point of activation lock? Well, I know the point. You've got that. Okay. Maybe, yes, activation lock should exist alongside it. However, the way it's done is incredibly flawed, as I've said. So you've got those. Now, what if, like, the original line is dead? Like, what are you supposed to do? Give your death certificate, well, give their death certificate for Apple the wheels and wave them whatever. Like, no. Just stop it. So, you've got that problem. Well, I mean, I guess, yes, that would probably actually be a solution. But that is a valid reason for activation lock. That isn't, oh, it's stolen. And then, of course, the other reason is people just aren't aware of the issue. Just to resets everything. Nothing like activation lock will happen because they just hit reset. There's no warnings apart from, oh yeah, it'll erase your data. It'll erase your data, except from your activation lock. Now, of course, you could maybe give them an option to have activation lock, but maybe make it quite hidden, you know, because like, what would be the point, really? Let's be real. But yeah, those are some solutions. Another solution is, of course, make the activation lock expire after a certain amount of time. I think a year is too little. I think something more like 5 years would be good. Because by then, if it was like a brand new recent device back then, it would be quite old by Apple standards. Maybe make it 10, but I mean, I'm not really sure considering no devices have had over 10 years of activation lock, you know. But basically, just get rid of activation lock after a certain amount of time. I think that's one of the solutions. Well, one of the parts of the solution. I mean, it would help significantly if it was 5 years. Of course, you might be like, oh, what if someone changes the time and stuff? Well, guess what? Activation lock only happens when you're connected to the internet. So, just disable the internet, problem solved. If the device, you know, is still logged in but hasn't been connected to the internet and is on the home screen, also you can do like DNS bypassing, so it's not really that hard to bypass. However, you are a bit limited in functionality if you bypass it. Apparently, I haven't done it, but apparently you are. I've only owned 2 devices with activation lock, and one of them's got no activation lock anymore. Hint is this. But yeah. So, got activation lock as a problem, but I think the real thing is just the amount of e-waste it causes. A perfectly functional device, except from it has activation lock. I mean, this has got a cracked screen, but it's still functionally fine, you know? It still functions, you know? Touchscreen works, Wi-Fi works, everything works. Can't really see it, but you gotta assume that it works. It wasn't stolen. I got rid of the thing on here legitimately. So why would it be there in the first place? But yeah, hopefully I've pretty much said all that needs to be said about activation lock. It's just ridiculous. That's really the summary. You know, it should exist, don't get me wrong. It's just so poorly made. It's just like no one's thought about it. It's been like no changes since it was introduced in iOS 7. Still just as flawed back then as it is today. And it's ridiculous. So, yeah. Oh, to go back. Oh, yeah, what if Simon could just change the time on the device? Well, if it requires Wi-Fi for activation lock, an internet connection for activation lock to happen, you should require an internet connection to connect to a time server and do it that way. It's really not that hard. Of course, you know, you can't have like every time server ever because someone's going to set up their own and, you know, bypass it. But you get the point. It's really not that hard to understand, and I don't know why people still defend activation lock is in its current state is perfectly fine. It isn't. Just isn't. Isn't. How hard is it to understand? I genuinely don't think it's that hard to understand. So, I guess that's pretty much it for all of this rant discussion about activation lock. See you tomorrow. Don't forget PeerTube, Pixel Thread, and a calc key. It's on my website, which is clydegrow.cc. I'm uploading videos every day, all of this month. So I've got a playlist. I've got a playlist for videos from this year and videos from Legacy Iris month 2023, January. I might do it another month as well. You never know. But that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.